Hi everyone, here to read another story. The name of the book is The Three Bears, and the title is at the bottom of the book, not at the top, but at the bottom. What do you see on the front of the book? I see a mama bear holding an umbrella, and I see two baby bears holding her hands. Why do you think she's carrying an umbrella outside? Do we need an umbrella for outside today? In the country far away, there once lived a little girl called Goldilocks because her hair shone like gold. She was a very curious little girl and would wander off to learn about new things. One day she started off and went into the woods to gather the wild flowers that grew there, and into the fields to chase the butterflies which were dancing so gaily in the sunshine. She ran on and on until she was all alone in the woods. And ahead of her, she could see a snug, charming little cottage. She was very curious about that cottage. She wanted to know more about it. So she went up closer to it. And in this cottage lived three bears. There was Big Bear, the middle-sized bear, and the little bear. See the cottage in the woods? And see the bears walking away from the cottage. They're far from the cottage, aren't they? Where are they going? I see an umbrella. They may need that. The door was ajar, or ajar means like partly open. Goldilocks pushed it wider, found the room empty, so boldly walked in. What did she find in the kitchen but the 3 bowls of porridge, just as the 3 bears had left them to cool? So the porridge was too hot for the bears to eat, so they decided to go for a walk in the woods to let it cool off. She tasted the largest bowl, which belonged to the big bear, and it was too hot. Then she tasted the middle-sized bowl, which belonged to the middle-sized bear. It was too cold for her. Then she tasted the smallest bowl, which belonged to the little bear. It was just right, and she ate every bit of it. She went into the parlor, and there stood 3 chairs. She tried the biggest chair, which belonged to the big bear. It was too high for her. She tried the middle-sized chair, which belonged to the middle-sized bear, and it was too broad or too wide. See? Then she tried the little chair, which belonged to the little bear. It was just right, and she sat in it so hard that she broke it. That's a problem. Now, by this time, Goldilocks was very tired, so she climbed the stairs to the chamber. The chamber is like the bedroom. A different way to say bedroom is chamber. And she found 3 beds. She tried the largest bed, which belonged to the big bear. It was too soft, soft like a teddy bear. She tried the middle-sized bed, which belonged to the middle-sized bear. It was too hard. Then she tried the smallest bed, which belonged to the little bear. It was just right. So she lay down upon it, and she fell fast asleep. That is not her bed to sleep in, is it? She's a mischievous little girl. Now, while Goldilocks was sleeping soundly, the three bears came home from their walk. They went straight to the kitchen to get their porridge, but when the big bear went to her bowl, she growled in her big voice, "Somebody has been tasting my porridge." And when the middle-sized bear saw his bowl, he said in his middle-sized voice, "Somebody has been tasting my porridge." But when the little bear saw his bowl, he piped in his little voice, "Somebody has been tasting my porridge and it's all gone. Every last bit of it." Then all three went into the parlor and the big bear growled in her big voice, "Somebody has been sitting in my chair." And the middle-sized bear said, "Somebody has been sitting in my chair." And the little bear saw his chair. He piped in his little voice, "Somebody has been sitting in my chair and broke it to pieces." So they all climbed the stairs, and when they went into their chamber, the big bear growled in her big voice, "Somebody has been tumbling my bed." And the middle-sized bear said in the middle-sized voice, "Somebody has been tumbling my bed." And the little bear piped in and said, "Somebody has been tumbling in my bed, and here she is." At this, Goldilocks woke in a fright and jumped out the window. Why did she jump out the window? How do you think she was feeling when she saw those bears looking at her? She ran away just as fast as her legs could carry her. And never, never did she go near the house of the three bears again. She learned her lesson. The end. So we should never go into a stranger's home, should we? Like Goldilocks did.